daily life and decisions. Today's topic hits deep because we're diving into the invisible world of psychological triggers that silently manipulate your spending. Ever walked into a store for one thing and walked out with five? Opened your phone just to scroll and ended up buying something from an ad you didn't even mean to click? That's not a coincidence, it's psychology, and it's being used on you every single day. So let's pull back the curtain on the top 10 psychological triggers that control your spending, and more importantly, how to spot them before they empty your wallet. 1. The scarcity trap. You see the words only two left or limited time offer, and suddenly your heart rate speeds up. That's not logic talking. It's your brain reacting to scarcity, a powerful survival instinct. Scarcity makes us fear missing out, so we rush to act before we can think clearly. Retailers know this. So do online marketers. Flash sales, countdown timers, act now banners, these create urgency that overrides your inner voice. You buy to relieve the pressure, not because you actually need the thing. If you've ever bought something just because you thought it might disappear, scarcity got you. The fix? Pause. Walk away. Breathe. If it's really that valuable, it'll still matter tomorrow. 2. Emotional spending, retail therapy. You're stressed or bored, or maybe just feeling a little low. So you click around online, and suddenly, buying a new shirt or a gadget feels like medicine. That dopamine rush, it's real. Shopping temporarily soothes emotional discomfort. But here's the catch. Emotional spending never fills the real gap. You're not buying stuff. You're buying relief, control, or comfort. And like any short-term fix, the crash comes after. If your purchases often follow a bad day, loneliness, or anxiety, you're not alone. But be aware, it's a cycle. Your emotions are driving your wallet, and they're not always the best driver. 3. Anchoring bias. You walk into a store and see a $1,200 designer coat. Shocked, you glance over and find a sale coat for $399. Suddenly, that second one feels like a deal, right? That's anchoring bias. Your brain compares the new price to the first one it saw, not to its true value. Marketers do this all the time. Show you an outrageously priced item first to make the next one seem reasonable, even when it's still overpriced. The truth? You're not saving $800. You're spending $399 you weren't planning to. Recognize this? You've been anchored. Step back and ask, would I buy this if I hadn't seen the first price? 4. Social proof. Everyone's doing it. You see thousands of 5-star reviews. People on TikTok are raving about it. Your friend just bought it and can't stop gushing. Welcome to social proof, your brain's way of saying, if everyone loves this, it must be good. It's how trends spread and how your bank account gets ambushed by things you never knew you needed. But what works for others doesn't always work for you. Marketers use this to create buzz, urgency, and FOMO. The fix? Tune out the crowd and tune into your values. Just because it's viral doesn't mean it fits your life or your budget. 5. Free shipping and minimum spend traps. Ever added something to your cart just to hit that free shipping threshold? Or spent an extra $20 just to save $5? That's a psychological nudge called loss aversion. We hate losing money, even in the form of shipping fees. Businesses use this to push you into spending more than planned. You justify it by saying, well, I'm saving on shipping. But often, you're spending more than you would have otherwise. Free isn't always free. It's a lure. Always ask, would I buy this extra item if it didn't lead to free shipping? 6. The treat yourself excuse. You've worked hard. You had a long week. You deserve a little something, right? While self-care is important, marketers hijack this concept to push purchases. The phrase treat yourself becomes a permission slip to overspend in the name of self-love. But treating yourself should leave you feeling nourished, not financially stressed. If every reward comes with a price tag, you might be numbing with spending instead of truly recharging. Try this. Next time you feel the urge, ask if there's a free or low-cost way to feel just as good. Sometimes a nap, a walk, or a good book does the job without the bill. 7. Subscription creep. It starts with one app, then a streaming service, then fitness, cloud storage, music, digital planners. And before you know it, your monthly subscriptions are draining your income quietly. The danger here is invisibility. These auto-renewing payments are designed to be out of sight, out of mind. That's why psychological detachment makes them powerful and dangerous. You rarely reassess whether you still use or value them. Under this trigger, you slowly leak money, month after month. Solution? Conduct a subscription audit every 2 to 3 months. Cancel what doesn't add value. Reclaim that hidden income. 8. The bargain brain illusion. Sales signs light up your brain's reward centers. 75% off sounds like winning. But what we often ignore is the value, not the discount. Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean you need it or that it's a good deal. Many people spend more during sales because they think they're being smart. But a smart purchase is one that fits your needs and budget, not just your impulses. Bargain hunting can become an addiction when you equate saving money with spending wisely. The truth? Spending less on something unnecessary is still wasting money. 9. Color psychology and store design. Have you ever walked into a store and felt calm, comforted, even excited to buy something you weren't planning on? That wasn't an accident. It was design psychology at work. Everything from the colors on the walls, the lighting, the scent in the air, to the speed of the background music is engineered to influence how you feel, and more importantly, how you spend. Bright reds and oranges create urgency and energy, making you feel like you need to act fast. Great for clearance bins. Cool blues and earthy tones build trust and relaxation. Ideal for upscale brands that want you to linger. And those product displays at the end of aisles? They're called end caps, and they're strategically designed to grab attention, even if you weren't looking for that product. Then there's layout. Why is the milk always in the back of the grocery store? Because you'll have to walk past everything else to get to it. Every second you stay in store increases the chances of adding one more thing. 10. Identity reinforcement. Let's talk about a silent force that controls more of your purchases than you realize: your identity. We don't just buy products, we buy the version of ourselves we want to be. The gym membership? It's not just for fitness, it's for the version of you who's healthy, confident, and in control. That $90 leather-bound planner? It's not about organization, it's about feeling like someone who has their life together. That designer handbag? It's not just a bag, it's a statement. I've made it. This is called identity reinforcement. And while it can be motivating, it can also be manipulative. Brands know how to sell a lifestyle, not just a product. The danger is when we start spending more on who we want to look like rather than who we're becoming. Now that you've seen behind the curtain, which of these psychological spending traps have you fallen into recently? Awareness is the first step. Once you see the trigger, you can intercept the urge and protect your finances. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like if this opened your eyes. Share it with someone who always wonders, where did all my money go? This has been Top 10s You Should Know, and your wallet just got smarter.